Yes. Good afternoon, everyone, and very warm welcome to all the participants joining us from different part of the country. On behalf of the Direct Tax Committee of ICI, I extend my greeting and sincere thanks to all of you for joining today's webinar. We are privileged to have with us three eminent personalities: CA PU Sajed sir, Chairman of the Direct Tax Committee; CA Vishnu Agrawal sir, Vice Chairman of the Direct Tax Committee; and our learned speaker for today, CA Vimal Punya sir. Before we begin, it's an honor to introduce our Vice Chairman of Direct Tax Committee, Vishnu Agrawal sir, a respected Central Council member of ICI, well known for his deep expertise in income tax search and survey cases, Benami and Blake money proceeding, and ITAT litigation. Sir has also authored the appreciated book Landmark Judgment of Income Tax, and it's a renowned speaker across the country. Sir, we are aware that you have a flight to case shortly, yet you have kindly taken time to
Thank you,
be
Amit.
with us, sir.
Respected my own principal under whom I have taken the training, CA Vimal Punyaji, very senior chartered accountant from Mumbai. Today's moderator, the managing committee member of the Navi Mumbai branch, Amit Somani, and the direct tax committee, all the staff, Secretary Priyaji, and I welcome all my delegates who are attending this particular webinar. Friends, today we have chosen the topic, most important topic, where my chartered accountant are doing less practice. So we have invited our senior chartered accountant, Vimal Punyaji, who has the depth knowledge in this particular subject, will nomination and the planning. Friends, whenever this type of the topic comes before us, our chartered accountant, we always take the help of the advocate because our less number of chartered accountant is doing the practice in this particular topic and subject. So we have invited today Sri Vimal Punya ji, and I thanks Vimal Punya ji for giving his valuable time in spite of his busy schedule, because I know every day morning up to 2 o'clock he's busy in the ITT proceeding, and after that only he came to office and attend the other works. Friends, under the Direct Tax Committee, just we have came out with the Income Tax Act 2025 with the rupees only 500 rupees, and all the publications they are selling in the 2000 and 2500 rupees. For the benefit of our all the members, we have came out the Income Tax Act 2025 in 500 rupees only. Friends, take the maximum benefit of the Income Tax Act 2025. At the same time, we have also came out with the guidance note 44AB, which is hosted on our website, and all the checklist of the ITR. So my request is take the maximum benefit of each and every publication which is came out by the Direct Tax Committee. Friends, today I have the airport and going to Mumbai from Hyderabad. So my flight is already on the board. So I thanks to my each and every member for joining this particular webinar. Thank you, friends. And once again, thanks to Vimal Punia ji and Amit Somani ji. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, sir, for your appreciating words, sir. Now, for further for proceeding, Piyush Sajed, sir, yet not joined with us. So I start with this session for next. So I introduce our today's speaker, Vimal Punya, sir. It is my privilege to introduce today's speaker, CA Vimal Punya, sir, a highly respected professional with over 48 years of practice. Punya sir is the proprietor of MS Vimal Punya and Company, handling over 1,000 clients in taxation, audit, and property-related matters. He has authored several well-known books on stamp duty, registration, capital gain, search and seizure, HUF, and appeal procedures, and has delivered more than 2,500 lectures across India and abroad. He is widely recognized for his ability to simplify complex legal and tax issues and make them practical for professional and taxpayer alike. So now I invite Punya sir to take over us through today's technical session, sir.
हाँ जी, चालू कर दो, इसको बढ़ा दो, इसको ऐसा ऐसा,
हाँ
एक बार, दो बार।
दो बार सर कंटिन्यू।
तो मे आई स्टार्ट सर?
Yes, sir. Yes, please.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. My friend Sri Vishnu Bhai Agarwal, Piyush Charged in absentia, Ami Somani ji, Ashwini Rao, and friends. Today, our topic is will, nomination, family arrangement, and of course, if time permit, we'll attach daughter's right in father's property. First, we'll start with the will. Friends, once we are born, death is certain. And everyone knows when we die, nothing is going to come with us. Everything will remain here only. But still, person have habit till death. We try to earn something more and more and more, accumulate. And you also know nothing we will able to take up. Everything will remain here only. So how to plan that? Plan means a transfer of a asset from a dead person to living person. That process is known as inheritance. Now, death is not known when person will die. So, law has also prescribed certain procedure. If you are happy with that procedure, then nothing is to be done. But if you are not happy with that, then you have to make a will. So, as per your wish, how asset can be distributed. Earlier, there was a Indian Succession Act 1925 that was applicable to Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Parsi. Then somewhere in 1936, Parsi came with their separate law of inheritance. So Parsis were outside to 1925 Act. Then of course Muslim came with their own law for Shia separate, Sunni separate. That have come in somewhere in 1937. So again they were out. Hindu Succession Act have come in 1956. So again Hindus were out. And when I say Hindu, Hindu means Hindu, Jain, both, and Sikh. All are part of Hindu only. But Christian still remain in 1925 Act. And if I make a will, then of course it has to be before as per 1925 Act. We will more concentrate on the Hindu Succession Act. So let us start. For example, my death take place today and I have not made any will. Then what will happen to my estate? Now my whole estate will be divided as per Hindu Succession Act 1956. First, whatever I leave, movable property, immovable property, the intangible asset, whatever I have, will go to my wife, my son, my daughter, and my mother equally. If I have two sons, then of course they will get equal amount. So the two sons, say two sons, two daughter, one wife, one mother, so 6 persons are there. So everyone will get 1/6 share of each. If there is no will, it is known as a class 1. Let us assume my son is no more and he was not married, his right will come to an end. If my mother is not there, her right will also come to an end. My wife is not there, she passed away, her right will also come to an end. But let us take a situation, my son is no more today, but he is married and he's got one son, one daughter. Then whatever his share comes, that will go to his wife, his son, his daughter equally. If my daughter is not married, right will come to an end. If she is married, then her share will go to her children, not to son-in-law, but children, daughter's children. Let us assume there is a lady in my life and I'm not married to her. Nowadays, don't live relationship, living relationship, that is there. If I'm not married, she will not get anything. But out of that relationship, for example, child is born, then child will get complete share at par with my biological children. Because child cannot be illegitimate. Relationship can be illegitimate. Let us say, for example, my wife passed away. I get married second time. and that lady come with one child. If I have not adopted that child have no right in my assets. If I adopt him, then of course that I at par with other children. But if second lady I married, then she have equal right at par with my other legal heir. If not married, no right. So this is called class 1. Of course, after 1956 Hindu Succession Act, two marriage is not allowed in Hindu community. But for example, somebody got married before 1956. Today he must be 1995 and got two wives. Then both wives will get only one share and they will divide equally. But hardly anyone will be there because, after 1956, if maybe few family, 5, 10, 20% may be there in India who has got two wives, the both wives will get one share only. Let us say I'm not married. My mother passed away. So nobody is there in class 1. Not married means no wife, no children, no mother. Then I have to say, for example, I'm married, but nobody is there alive as on today in class 1 category. Then I have to go back to the class 2 category. And the class 1, class 2, all the part of the Hindu Succession Act. Now, class 2 mein, so when I told about the death of a male person, that is covered under section 8 to section 13 of Hindu Succession Act 1956. In case of death of a male person. In case of a death of a female person, section 14, 15 and 16 deal with that. So just now we are on the death of a male person without making a will. Now, if nobody is there in class 1, then we go to class 2. The class 2 mein everything will go to father. If my wife, son, daughter, mother, nobody is there, it means nobody is there in my class 1 category. So we fall in class 2 category and everything will go to my father. Let us assume my father is also not there. The next stage, everything will go to my brother and sister equally. For example, they are also not there. Then I am the only son, let us assume. Then my daughter's children were covered in class 1. But daughter's grandchildren will fall in class 2. They are also not there. Then children of my brother and sister. For my brother is there, he is no more. My sister is no more. But their children all will get equally. If they are not there, then my grandfather and grandmother. Grandfather, grandmother is also not there. Then if my father got second time marriage, first my mother, biological mother will come in class 1. Then my father got married second time. Then my stepmother and widow of my brother all will get equal. For example, they are also not there. Then my uncle, father's brother, father's sister, they will get equally. They are not there. Then uncle's children, father's brother and father's sister's children, all number of children, whatever is there, they will get equally. For example, they are also not there. It means nobody is there in my father's side. So then I have to go to my mother's side. Mother's side, everything go to my Nana and Nani, mother's father and mother. With my Nana, my Nani equally. If they are not there, then my Mama and Masi, the brother and sister of my mother. If they are not there, their children. If they are not there, it means I have nobody in my father's side. I have nobody in my mother's side. I am alone. Then on my death, everything, whatever I leave, movable, immovable, will go to President of India. If I'm happy with the system, then I don't have to make a will. But for example, I want something different. Before we proceed to will, let us assume a lady dies. What I discussed, class 1, class 2, section 8 to section 13 regarding the male member. Let us assume a female member dies. Then I told you section 14, 15 and 16. Everything will go to their husband and children equally. Now let us assume husband is no more and there are no children. Let us assume that they are first husband and children equally. Let us assume that no children is born. Only their husband and mother, husband and wife, both persons are there. And lady dies. Then her asset will be divided into two parts. Whatever she inherited from the parents, gift from parent at the time of wedding or dowry or whatever, everything will go back to the parents. And whatever assets she inherited from in-laws or her husband or her own income or whatever is there, that will go to her husband. Let us assume she is not married. A lady born in the family dies, but have a wealth, but she is not married. Then whatever I told you in class 1, class 2, class 3, for a male person, same system, asset will be divided. So in case I'm happy with that system, I'm comfortable, then I don't have to bother about making a will. But I want something different. I have two children. One is doing very well. He's settled in America. But second child is handicapped. I have to take care of him. Or second child is not doing that well, but he's staying with me and even he taking care of me. Or for example, I want to help my brothers. I want to help my friend. I want to do some charity also. So I want to do something than class 1 and class 2. Then the only option available is I must make a will. Now, how to make a will, what to make a will, what is the procedure? Let us explain one by one. I will tell you that. If I don't make a will, then what will happen? For example, I have one flat and one, say two flat and two office. All my legal will have equal right in each and every property. And naturally, they will start dispute. Because if I want to make a will, I will say this property go to so-and-so person, this go to so-and-so person. Then there is no dispute. Otherwise, everyone will have right in everything. So their chances of dispute will be there. So for example, I want to make a will. I want to give in different proportion. I don't want to give more to my daughter because I already given her a lot at the time of marriage. I don't want to provide more for my son who is in USA because I already spent a lot of money on for his education. I want to provide for my handicapped child. I want to provide for my friends. I want to provide for some charity. Then I have to make a will. Now, how to make a will? And who can make a will? Any person of sound mind can make a will. He should be more than 18 years of age. A person who cannot see, cannot talk, cannot hear, but understand what he is doing, that person can make a will. A married woman can also make a will in her individual capacity. She is an independent person. She has got her own wealth. And who cannot make? A person who is drunk on heavy medicine. He even not understanding what he's doing. A person who cannot think of anything. Such person cannot make a will. I can make a will of my property. I cannot make will of others' property. For example, I'm a director in a company. Let us say I'm director in Reliance Industry Limited. On my signature, thousands of crores money can be check can be passed, or I can sign or sell. But that is not my property. End of the day, Reliance Industry is Malik. I'm a manager of the Bank of Baroda. My salary may be 5 lakh rupee per month. Under my signature, check of 25,000 crore also is passed. But that Bank of Baroda ki property don't belong to me. I cannot call my relative, sab log leke jao 1 lakh crore rupiya. I cannot do that. So I can make will of my property. I'm a partner in a partnership firm. Property belongs to the firm. I cannot make a will of my partnership firm property. I can maximum right. If partnership did provide, then after my death, my 10% or 20% share what I have in a partnership firm can be transferred to my son or daughter or wife or brother or whatever. That also subject to partnership deed, whether that deed provides. So I can make a will of I cannot make a will of my HUA property. I may be karta, I'm a manager, I can sign everything, I can do everything. But end of the day, the property belong to whole my family, my wife, my son, my daughter. So I'm simply a karta. Maximum I can say whenever partition take place, and if I get something from the HUF, that money can be distributed like this. But I cannot make a will of my HUF property also. I may be trusting in some temple. I'm doing everything, but that not belong to me. I'm a trustee maybe in some hospital or education institution. Property may be in my name, their place, but I'm holding in a beneficiary. I'm not a beneficial owner, but I'm holding in the capacity of a trustee or whatever manager or whatever. So I cannot make a will of the property which belong to others. I can make a will of my property. Any person who is convicted, like Dawood Ibrahim, his all property belong to Government of India. So such person also cannot make a will of his own property. Then in will mein what is important thing which we have to keep in mind? Make a will is very, very simple. Take one sheet of paper, write few detail. First you write your own name. For example, I want to make my will. I will just say Vimal Purmia, my address, my age, my Aadhaar number or PAN number. So my identification is clear. Then I have to write name of my relative. My wife, her name, age. Son, name, age. Daughter's name, age. So at least first degree, class 1 relatives, I must write there. If I don't write, that person can challenge my will tomorrow. My father has made a will. He was not in the state of proper mind because he forgotten my name. So whether you give in the will or not, whether you disobeyed that child because of certain thing, he is a criminal in nature, remain in the jail or whatever the reason, but I must write his name very clearly. Okay, he is the person. So I have to write name of my relative, their identification, or I must identify also. For example, let us say legally I don't want to write my son's wife name. My son, daughter, wife, yes. But for example, I write my all children's name, grandchildren name also. And let us assume my wife's name is Sunita. My daughter-in-law also is Sunita. And I write true Sunita. And I don't identify Sunita, which Sunita, what is her age and what, whether she's a wife or she's my daughter-in-law. Then what can happen? I may give something to my wife. Tomorrow my daughter-in-law will claim that. Or I may give to my daughter-in-law. My wife will claim. So I must identify very clearly, Sunita, my wife, is this year. Sunita, my daughter-in-law, is this year. So I must identify very clearly. Then I must appoint one executor. Actually, what will happen? Will be effective after my death when I'm not there. Then I may give direction that this property will go to so and so person, this much charity, this much this much that. Then who will do end of the day? I will be not there. So I have to appoint some executor. Normally, executor should be younger than me. Of course, he can also die first because there is no chance. But normally what happens? A person who is a 70-year-old and another person who is a 50-year-old, normally we can assume that 70% will die first and 50% will die. And even at the same time, if 2% dies, for example, one person is 17, second is 15, both die together. Then as per law, it also we assume the older person died first and after that, after fraction of a second, second person died. So for example, here, I have to identify a executor. First, I have to take consent of executor, whether he is agreeable. After my death, he may say, I don't want to continue the executor. So I must take his consent, orally or written, whatever. In case executor dies before my death, then I can appoint second executor also. In case of death of first executor, second person will be executor. I can appoint joint executor. If I may feel that no, I don't have faith in anyone and no executor is ready to work for me, then I can appoint institutions also as executor. Bank of Baroda, State Bank of India, Bank of India, there also there is a separate department of execution. But that becomes little costly. What happened? They charge 6% of the assets at their fees. And whatever yearly income till your assets are distributed, 6% of that. So sometimes it becomes they are the main beneficiary. And our children, every time, whenever they need money or whenever some distribution is to be made, they have to go to bank like a beggar. So in case of Raja Maharaja, rich person where chances of dispute is more, then better to appoint institution as executor. ILFS also was working as executor. We can appoint some solicitor firm as executor. And we can fix their remuneration, how much they must to be paid to them. So that way, I have to appoint the executor. Now let us assume that I have not appointed anyone. Or I have appointed somebody who passed away. Or I have appointed 2%, but both passed away. Then all beneficiaries will be joint executor. So if they distribute, fine. If they create the dispute, fight with each other, then God only help. So that is why we say that some third person should be executor. So I have to select the executor first. Then I must make a list of my immovable properties. How many immovable property I have? I may have property in India. I may have property outside India. I may have property in my hometown in Rajasthan. I may have property in Mumbai. I may have property in Calcutta. So I must make a list. I know what is my property, where it is situated. After my death, when the executor takes charge of this, he must know. So in will itself, I must write very clearly. For example, I want to write my flat. I will say flat number 10, third floor, Giriraj building, Valkeshwar Road, Bombay 6. Or if I can point out sales certificate number also, society's name, nothing like that. So executor can go there, take charge of that asset and then distribute. Otherwise, where he will go? I simply say flat in Bombay. Bombay तो 200 किलोमीटर के अंदर घूम रहा है, किधर जाएगा उधर? So I must identify all my immovable property very clearly. Then I make a list of movable property. Now, movable property, for example, I have FDR in the bank. Today, my FDR may be worth 5 crore. Tomorrow, it can go to 20 crore. And it may go also to 50 crore, 50 lakh. So, I cannot identify. And when I will die, nobody knows. So, no use of writing today's figure. So, I must identify FDR with Bank of Baroda, so and so branch. Saving account with Bank of Baroda, so and so branch. Current account with Bank of Baroda, so and so branch. My locker in so and so bank, locker number so and so. Or my demat account, my shares as per my balance sheet, or as per demat account, loans and advances as per my income tax return, or as per balance sheet. So I must identify all the items. There is a possibility what assets you have today, tomorrow it may not be there something. Or there is a possibility today you have 4 bank account, tomorrow you may have 10 bank account. So third item always we write anything not described herein above and are there at the time of my demise will also part of the my will. So those any asset which you have forgotten or you purchase afterwards, all will be covered under clause number 3. After that, how to distribute the asset? So I can say nowadays normally we say everything will go to my wife. If she predeceases me, then this much will go to my son, this much will go to my daughter. Or this much charity, this much to my relative, may the brother, grandchildren, or whatever I want to identify, I must identify that item. Or I can say this particular flat will go to so-and-so person, particular office will go to so-and-so person. So accordingly, I can make a distribution. Normally, we can put a legal condition in the will. Legal condition in the sense, this much will go to my son, provided he take care of my wife. So conditional gift, conditional amount. If he not take care of my wife, he will not get anything. This much will go to my wife, provided she take care of my mother. So I can put such condition. But I cannot put illegal condition. This much will go to my friend number so-and-so, provided he do the murder of Mr. So-and-so. Illegal condition cannot be put, but all legal condition we can write in the will. And the will be subject to that condition. Will I have to sign each and every page? Even I put initial, that is also fine. Last page must be signed properly. I must put thumb impression, left hand thumb impression, and photograph. After that, two important thing is I must take a signature of 2 witnesses. Write the name of witness, address of witness, and his signature. If witness have not signed and you have done everything, all pages are signed, then also it will have no meaning. It is like a rough paper only. I will give you an example. There was one person in Pune, very rich person. He passed away. He left his wealth to the extent of 1 lakh crore rupee. Now, actually, what happened? He was involved in a number of business activities. He got married. He was having 3 daughters and 1 son. Well settled. Then, in young age, one lady came in his life who was his secretary. And there is an affair. And out of that relationship, one daughter is also born. His real wife passed away. All 3 daughters married, well settled. Son was staying separately. So he started staying with this second lady. One day he realized he is already old, may die anytime. But at the same time, he wanted to take care of both the family. And at the same time, he wanted to be fair to both the person. And he wanted less litigation. So, and he don't want to disclose anything in his lifetime, he made a will. So he has taken good paper, started handwritten will, taken all care of all the items, what I explained to you just now, how to make a will. And he's written total 14 pages. Each page is signed by him fully. Last page put full signature. He's put his photograph also, thumb impression. But he has not taken signature of 2 witnesses. One day he passed away. After a few days, say 12 days or 4-5 days, will was open. In the presence of all the legal air, his office staff, he had 2-3 chartered accountant employed, 2-3 advocate, but he did not consulted anyone. He started his own. Then found that there is no 2 signature of the witnesses. It means the will what he made is like a rough paper, well, nothing. Now what he made provision in the will, 50%, he said, my wife passed away, my 3 daughters well settled, already given in lifetime. 50% of my wealth, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items will go to my son. Remaining 50%, 1, 2, 3, 4 item will go to my daughter. Now, actually, what happened? Witness is not there. Assume there is no will. So, Hindu Succession Act 1956 will come in the picture. First wife passed away. So, 3 daughters will also come in the picture now. And son will come. So, 4 person. Second wife, person who is staying with him, not married, so have no right. Daughter, equal right. So, 4 plus 1, 5. Now, daughter which was getting earlier 50% of the estate, worth 50,000 crore, now will get 20,000 crore, 20% of estate. Earlier, she was in a position to dictate the term because she was 50% owner. Now she is in 20%, other person is 80%. So, this is a minority system. So, witness is very, very important. If you feel there are chances of dispute and somebody may challenge mentally, I was not fit at the time of making a will, then better to take one signature of a doctor also as a witness. If you already taken 2 signature, take 3rd signature of a doctor. Minimum 2 witnesses are required. You can make 3, 4, 5, whatever you want. There is no bar. But 2 is the minimum. If 2 witnesses is not there, will is not valid. Similar way, person who make a will is made in English language and he don't understand English. He know only Marathi or Gujarati or Hindi or any other language. Then you must take one more witness and he will say, I have explained this will to that person in a Marwadi or in a Sindhi or in a Urdu or Gujarati, Marathi or whatever language in which he understands. And that person also sign. Otherwise, he will be challenged. The person was not educated. He hardly understand. He put the thumb impression and how we can make a will. So then it was explained to him. It can be explained to him. So this way we can make a will and things and will should be made in any language. But when you go for example, some will is made in a Urdu language. Or say I want to register a will in Mumbai and will is in a Kannada language, just round is there. Or Bengali language or Sindhi language. Then when I go for registration is optional, not required, legally not required. But it is always better to register. So government of Maharashtra, for example, I want to register a will in Mumbai. So government of Maharashtra is witness to my will. If there is one more weightage is 1% more than a normal will. Legally unregistered will also have the same value. But this has more weightage in case of litigation because registrar, when he register, he also asks many questions. If old person go, then uncle, aap apna will bana rahe hain. Your property will be distributed after your death. So he will try to make the old person explain. So that way, it is better to register and not costly. 200-300 rupees it costs actually. And whenever your original will is not traceable, you can always take copy from the registrar's office. In case you don't want to disclose to anyone, then you can put his original will in a seal cover and keep with the registrar. There is some system, and registrar will keep in his locker. And you authorize after death whom to is to be given, so that person can go and collect from the registrar's office. So chances of losing will also very less. So number of facilities are there, and 2 more witnesses will be there before registrar. 2 witnesses will have signed. Tomorrow they may be dead or whatever happen. Then 2 more witnesses also will be there. You can take the same witnesses. But for example, at home you've taken a witness of, say, for example, one chartered accountant, one doctor. They may not come to your registrar's office. So there you can take your servant or driver or any other relative. So registered will have more value, but legally both are at par. Legally unregistered value also have the same value. Language should be simple. Don't write anything which have double meaning. So nobody understand what you want to say. Like I've given you earlier example of Sunita. So must clearly say my flat number so and so will go to Sunita, my wife so and so. Flat number so and so will go to my daughter-in-law who is Sunita. Something. So there is no confusion or double meaning. Will keep effective only after death. But till I'm alive, I can change will every day. Today I want to give to my children. Tomorrow I feel any children are doing very well. I want to give to my brother's children. I can do that. Today I am providing for my wife. Tomorrow, for example, divorce take place. I can change the will and give to whatever I want. So it can be changed every day. The last will survive. If my earlier will has been registered, and when I change, new will also registered, fine. Unregistered also fine, no problem. Earlier is not registered, now I want to register new will, that is also fine. Last will prevail, that is all. So, then it will be effective only after death. Now, how many type of will is there? One is a simple will. I simply explain to you in my name, I write all the asset and I distribute. Second can be a joint will. Joint will in the sense I and my wife both make one will. I will say I have these assets will be distributed like this. My wife will say I have following asset will be distributed like this. But asset will be distributed after death of both the person. Till I am alive, if I am death of my death, my wife cannot distribute whatever she want. Money will remain there only. But she cannot make new will also my property. She's already made her will. In case I have written everything will go to my wife and she has written everything will come to me, then to it is individual property ho gaya. Then we can make a change. We can make change also. But for example, I have given to my relatives. She has given to her relatives. But asset will be distributed after death of both the person. It will be not there. So that is called joint will, but that is not very popular. Nowadays, what is popular is a mirror will. Mirror will in the sense, I make my will. I said it will be distributed like this. Let us say I will give, my will I make, everything will go to my wife. If she is not there, it will go to my children. My wife will say everything will go to me. And if I am not there, to children. So such wills are very popular nowadays. Now, if I have taken benefit under the will, then I cannot change the will. Let us take example. Let us take example of Saif Ali Khan. You know, we all know Saif Ali Khan is a hero. He was married earlier. He has 2 children. Then later on, he got married to Kareena Kapoor and he had two children. So total there are 4 children. Let us assume that Saif Ali Khan make a will that all asset, his asset will go to all 4 children equally. A similar way, Kareena Kapoor also make a will. All her asset will go to 4 children. Now let us assume, let Saif Ali Khan remain for 100 years, but let us assume he is not there. His asset is divided to 4 children. Now after that, Kareena Kapoor want to change her will and she want to say, no, it will not go to Saif Ali Khan's children, it will go to only her children. She cannot do that. Once you take a benefit under the will, you can't change the will. That will remain as it is because of the commercial consideration or whatever. Now, asset will be distributed only after death, that is very clear. Now, why will is popular? Tim, I am alive, I can use, I can do whatever I want. Asset will be distributed only after my death. So, till I am there, if I give something in my lifetime, then asset will go away today only. Tomorrow I need money for hospital purpose or some education purpose or so I want to help somebody and I have no money. So till I am there, I am the owner. Here, whenever client come to, and will is also not important our professional point of view for client, it is important for us also. We chartered accountant, file return for all the client, do audit of all the client, make will for all the client. But end of the day, in our own case, it comes in the last. Our return also go in the last, audit also is take place in the last. And even some seminar, I asked my friends who were there as audience, how many chartered accountant made a will? Hardly 5 to 10% have made a will. So will is a very simple, not cost anything. So we also, it is important for us also. We are also part of the human being. We have not come here where we will stay for 1,000 years. So in death of a chartered accountant, many times I've seen, particularly COVID time, if somebody passed away, not a made a will, lady don't even know what it is, how to proceed, and there is a complete mess. A number of other relatives also come that time. So will is a very, very important document, even for us, for our day-to-day, our professional person also. Now here I will give you a few examples. Why will is advisable and not a giving asset in lifetime is not advisable. You must know there is a company called Raymond. His owner is there, Vijay Pant Singhania. And he was having 2 sons. One was settled in Singapore. Second was Mr. Gautam Singhania, who is in India. Now Singhania, the first son have already taken an asset. He was staying separately for number of years. So Mr. Singhania was staying with Gautam Singhania only, who is a younger son. One day Gautam Singhania approached Singhania, my father, that after your death, the other brother also may claim something. So why don't you give all the asset to me in your lifetime only? So there is no dispute. And father also knows, yes, he is only legal here. So father said, okay, I will give you everything what I have. You give me one flat of 2-bedroom hall. You give me 5 lakh rupees per month, driver and car, and we, Mia Bibi, will stay separately and everything belong to you only. And accordingly, he has transferred all his shares, all his assets to the son. Some dispute started. And finally, Gautam Singhania has not provided 2-bedroom flat, no 5 lakh rupees per month, no driver and car. So then what happened? He was practically on a footpath. The good friend, he was a rich person, so friends were also all rich. Friends have helped. Then he taken flat on the leave and license basis and staying separately. So don't give anything in the lifetime. Advise our client, if you have excess amount, then give. But don't give everything. Similar way, there's a one builder called very famous builder of Bombay, Raija family. Now he also had one son and one daughter. He also distributed everything in the lifetime. And Raija was so respected person. All multi-story building, he was the pioneer of that. In Bombay, earlier, ground floor 6, ground floor 5, ground floor 7 building was constructed. Top and again, ownership system was not there. It was tenancy system. Top floor, mein landlord used to stay. Ground floor, mein he used to have a shop, and in between tenants were there. Raija is the person who started cooperative society concept, multi-story building, and various new. Now he also given everything to the children. When children got everything, then children, what they have done? They put him in a lock and key and providing only 2 time meals. A person who was whole day meeting thousands of person, and suddenly you put he become mad. Then Sushil Kumar Sindhe, who was the chief minister of Maharashtra, he have come to know. Then he has taken the help of the police, taken the Raja out from the his family bungalow and shifted him to Delhi and his own bungalow. And finally, after 2-3 years, he died there. So again, don't give anything in the life. And will is very, very important document. Here I'll give you one more example. There was one family, Bidla family in the Calcutta. G.D. Bidla's brothers' children. Different branch, but the same group. Now, Mr. Bidla had wealth of 10,000 crore rupee. And that Mrs. Bidla had wealth of 3,000 crore rupee. Both have made a will. Bidla said, after my death, everything will go to my wife. Wife also said, after my death, everything will go to my husband. One day, Mr. Bidla passed away. So, wife has received, inherited 10,000 crore. She already had 3,000 crore. So, she was the owner of 13,000 crore rupee. Now, 13,000 crore rupee have come to her. Later on, she also was old. So, she decided to make a will. Now, she made a will in favor of one chartered accountant, Mr. Lodha. Lodha and Company, we all know. Now, what happened? Lodha ji knows that 13,000 crore is not simple, small amount. So he has taken full care, drafted the will properly, taken a signature of witnesses, full video recording was done from home to registration department when they were going. Though registration is not necessary, but it is always better. So their video recording was done. In registrar's office also they taken approval of the registrar and again video recording was done. And finally, perfect will was made. One day, Mrs. Bidla also passed away. Lodha ji was knowing everything. So he has written to all the companies of Bidla Group, now transfer property in my name. Bidla family came together. He saying our family tradition is, if whenever any brother dies without the children, then that asset will go to the Bidla charity. Bidla ji say, we don't want anything. In our Bidla charity, which will use for the poor, irrespective of caste and creed, on medical and education. Matter finally went to Supreme Court. Now Supreme, both parties have 13,000 crore is involved. So all senior advocates from both the sides were arguing. Finally, Supreme Court decided that this was the wealth of Mrs. Bidla. Whether she give a charity or she give a donation or she give to Bidla ji or she do whatever she want in her property. Family tradition, if you follow, fine. But cannot bind the SSC to lose all the asset. And finally, Lodha succeeded. Point is that Lodha ji ke naseeb mein nahi tha. After success also, he passed away. He himself passed away. So his two children got wealth of 13,000 crore. Earlier, Bombay mein we know industry house, Bidla ka main house tha, jहाँ Bidla ji used to sit. That now belong to Lodha. Bombay hospital mein earlier control was from the Bidla family. Now it is a Lodha family. So that way, will is very, very important document. And normally, I'm from Rajasthan. Then Marwadi family said that when you make a will, keep cool on the head, love at heart, and sweet on the tongue. Means when you feel you are a normal person. अभी मेरा वाइफ से झगड़ा करके आया and I make a will, I will not do justice to her. I had just now fight with my son and make a will. So when you are a normal person, आपका ठंडा दिमाग ठंडा है, जबान पे शक्कर है, दिल में प्यार है, when you are everything normal, then start thinking of making a will and forget all past, whatever, some misunderstanding or some dispute or whatever, and fairly make a will. Because forever you two children, one you are disowning, he criminal, remain in jail. But if you not write his name in the will, then he can challenge. Then again in will also you must write, I am not giving anything to my dead son because he spoiled the name of my family. Or if you are giving something more to somebody, write the reason. I am giving more to this person because he has taken care of me or whatever. I'm giving less to this person because already given at the time of her marriage, or I already spent a lot of money on for education. So I must give reason if I'm giving a more, if I'm giving a less. Now, after making a will, if I come to know I have to make certain changes, then one option, I make a completely new will, or second option, I make a codicil. Codicil is amendment in the will. Procedure is same whatever for the will. Whatever making a will, what you do, same you do for the codicil. But what you do, after writing name, etc., you just simply say, I made a will on so and so date. If there is no change in the family, whatever is not changed, you don't have to repeat. And I made a will on this date, copy enclosed. And I have, in my will, I have given the say Pune property to Mr. So-and-so. Now I have sold the Pune property. I purchased new property in Bombay. So that will go to that person. Or I invested in FDR. So that will go like this. Or I'm not, I have need of a money. So I'm Pune I was giving to Mr. So-and-so. Now he will not get anything. So whatever I want to write, I can make the changes. Again, I have to sign, photograph, thumb impression, two witnesses. And if original will I have registered, I want to register codicil, I can do that. If original not registered, codicil I want to register, I can do that. Whatever my option, if codicil, so original will be attached to the codicil, so amendment automatically taken in a shortcut way. So that is a codicil. Procedure is same. If I want to register also, same two witness I have to take and register can be done. Now, second, a very important point come in inheritance is probate. Now, probate is applicable only to two places, Bombay, Kolkata, and Chennai. Other than these three, probate is not compulsory. If you take, fine, no problem. If you feel all Raja Maharajas, the big branches are there are disputes. A lot of assets are also there. Maharaja may not know all the assets. And there, all servant who working Kamdar and various other persons, they only handle the things. So such cases, if you want to apply for the probate all over India, there is no bar. Everywhere. But in three places, Mumbai, Kolkata, and Chennai, it is a very, very important. Otherwise, there you cannot transfer the property also in three places. In Bombay, probate fees is 75,000. Earlier rule was if lady is the executor, a lady apply for the probate, then lady was not liable to pay the fees. But 10 years back, that also is amended, whether lady or gents, all are at par. So 75,000. In Bengal, in Kolkata, it is 50,000. In Chennai, it is 25,000. Plus, of course, it takes normally 8 months to 12 months taking a probate. And advocate depend upon advocate to advocate, but normally fees in Bombay is 1 lakh rupee approximately. Senior advocate charge 10 lakh also, and there may be few advocate who may charge 25,000. But normally we assume 1 lakh is the professional fees, 70,000 is official fees, and this probate can be obtained. But probate may what happen? What is the probate? Probate is your will is judge will type on another stamp paper, judge will sign and give you the paper back. So that become authentication of your will. And will High Court will keep permanently with them only, will you will not get it. So probate is a legalization of the will. Now many times when you apply for the probate, of course there is a prescribed format, you give all the asset. Now earlier I have given my all shares as my demat account in my will. But here I have to really make a list of shares. Which company, how many shares, which number to which number, what is the market value as on today, what is the total value. Flat, what is the area, on which floor flat is situated, when building was constructed, what is city serial number of the plot, what is the market value as per Reddy Reckoner, or you call in Ahmedabad it called Jantri value, or Delhi it is called Santri, the Reckoner, what you call that, circle value. Different place, different word is called. So what is the value as per that? So all, there is a format, you have to make a proper format. And what format may you make? Just type the same thing in the stamp paper and keep the will permanently with them. So that probate then, become authentic document, so one can rely. And before, when you apply for a probate, for example, my father passed away. He made a will. For him, I go for his probate. Then what I have to do? We are 4 brothers, mother and 2 sisters. All have to sign, give the consent. Yes, we have no objection in making a will. If any person make the objection, then it will convert into suit and that may take years together. So legal aid signature will be required. But many times wrong person claim. He say, I am the adopted son of Mr. So-and-so. Then of course judge apply his mind and he feel yes, there is a substance in the case. then of course it will be converted into suit. And for example, there is simple any person roughly just object by for taking 1,000, 2,000 rupee. Then of course you to judge also ignore such person take objection every time. So depend upon case to case. If there is no will and assets are there, then we have to apply for the movable property succession certificate, for immovable property letter of administration, and for filing our income tax returns, etc., till asset is distributed, heirship certificate. Earlier, heirship certificate was also very difficult, but now at least for filing our income tax return become very simple. You simply make one affidavit, give the death certificate, one application, and things have become very, very simple. Earlier, if I remember 5 years back, to file the return for a dead person was horrible. But now, anyway, that is past. So, in last 10, 15 years, after Modi ji has taken over, to great extent, income tax things have been simplified because I'm mainly practicing in income tax. I see earlier to claim the refund, to get the effect of the appellate order, it was a horrible job. But now you don't have to go there; automatically come. Well, I filed one return of one client on 31st of July in the morning. By evening, I got by night, I got the order also 143.1. And within 3, 4 days, we got the refund in the bank account. So things have simplified to a great extent. So heirship certificate also become very, very simple now. Now, second point comes nomination. Now, what is nomination? Nomination is appointing a trustee. Now, let us take example. I file a nomination with the society. After my death, this property should be transmitted to my wife. After my death, my wife will go there. She will make one application, attach one indemnity bond. Tomorrow anyone claims she is responsible. Attach my death certificate and my share certificate of the flat. And society will transfer in name of her, transmission in her name. Society recognize her. She will attend society meetings. She can do anything whatever she want, including the sale of the property. Now let us assume that she sell that flat. And let us assume that she get 9 crore rupee for the flat. And my intention was to keep flat for her only after my death. But if I not made a will, then what? As per Hindu succession act, who are the owner? My wife, my son, my daughter, and my mother. My wife will receive 9 crore. But she will able to keep only 2 crore 25 lakh. 225 she is to give to my son, 225 to my daughter, 225 to my mother. So if my intention to her whole flat remain with her only, then I have to make a will also along with the nomination. In the nomination, you are appointing a trustee. In will, you are appointing a beneficiary. There is a lot of difference between the two. So, nomination is a temporary purpose. Will is a permanent solution. So, what you want, that is as per will, or who will represent in the society. For example, I made a will and executor is Mr. X. Now, society may not recognize Mr. X. So, I can make a nomination in favor of Mr. X. So, X society will first transfer in name of Mr. It is not transfer, it transmission. So, they will do the transmission in favor of Mr. X. X will sell or do whatever as per my directions, and accordingly money will be distributed. So that is the difference between will and nomination. Many person feel कि nomination कर दिया है, अभी अपना काम हो गया है, वो कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. You are appointing temporary arrangement you have done. Is a small type of bridge between these two sides. Whenever you receive anything under the will or under the nomination, you are not liable to pay any income tax or any stamp duty. It is completely free. Because that take place, it is an act of the God. And whenever something happens because of the act of the God, no income tax, no stamp duty. But when I sell, let us take an example, my father made a will. I got one property from my father under the inheritance. My father had purchased this property in 1952 when I was born. And my father paid 300 rupees over that lot. Now, let us assume my father death take place in 2024. I inherited the property in 2024. I want to sell the property in 2025. I'm holding the property just for say less than 1 year. But whatever period my father was holding, 1952 to 2024, say 48 plus this 72 years, it will be assumed I am holding the property for 72 years. So it will be long term in my hand. My father paid 300 rupee, that will be my cost of 300 rupee. Even I may be not born that time, for example. But if property purchased before 2001, I can substitute the market value of 2001. So I will also get the benefit. Even I'm not holding for more than 1 year. But whenever you are inheriting something, receiving because on account of a gift or inheritance or partition of HUF or will of some other person, then period of holding of other earlier person will be taken as a my period. Cost of earlier will be taken as a my cost. So it will be assumed I am holding that asset for last more than 72 years. So I can substitute first of long term. I can substitute the market value of 2001. Let us assume that he paid 300. Today it is worth 3 crore. But market value of 31st March 2001 is 20 lakh. So my cost also will be taken as 20 lakh. Even originally it was paid as 300 rupees. 20 lakh is before 22nd of December, July 2024. So I have option to claim indexation also. So I will say for I want to claim indexation. So 20 lakh with indexation become roughly 70 lakh. My sale value is 3 crore minus 70 lakh. So 2 crore 30 lakh. 50 lakh I can invest in the bond. So I invested 50 lakh in the bond. Remaining I have purchased another property, for example, residential house. So under section 54 I can claim deduction. And end of the day by making a proper planning, had my father sold, he was not able to pay tax if he done all the planning. Same I can do. So all benefit when my father was entitled, I can take the benefit of that. So that whole I want to convey. That cost of earlier owner will be cost, date of acquisition of earlier owner will be date of acquisition, and whatever benefit they were allowed under 54 or 54F or 54 EC or whatever the section, I can carry same benefit. I enter in his shoes and I can claim all those same benefit. Registration of will is not required, I told you. But if I want to register, then what is the procedure? Along with the will, I have to attach my Aadhaar card or PAN card or Ration card or passport, any one or two document. Plus, I have to attach one doctor certificate. Okay, mentally, I am fit to make a will. And certificate cannot be very old. For example, I am registering today, but if last week when one certificate is taken, last 3, 4, 5 days, that will do the purpose. So I have to attach that certificate, go to registrar with 2 witnesses. If person is old, registrar will make proper inquiry. Proper inquiry, they will ask only the person, okay, you are making a will, your asset will be divided like this, and it can proceed further. Registration can take place. It just costs 300-400 rupees, 20 paisa per page per charges. Will normally 2-3 pages, and plus 200 or 100 rupee registration fees, and you get a document. Nowadays on the same day they give, maximum second day you will get the paper back. No typing required, good handwriting. And in case handwriting is not good, many times it happens. If I write and I myself cannot read, then better only type paper is always better. No overwriting, make it very clear. Leave left, right, top, bottom, proper margin. Write both the side of paper and get it registered. Want to deposit there, keep there only, take a receipt. Or nowadays, the registration department will give a CD. I mean, now they've stopped actually, but 6 months back in Bombay they were giving. So you can take as many copies as you want and everything is original. But otherwise, you can make more copy, give to your advocate, chartered accountant, society secretary, or family members if you want to give. So accordingly, it is our personal decision. So whatever way you want to, but end of the day, it should be traceable after death. That is more important. In will, need not be on stamp paper. It can be on plain paper. No stamp paper required, but somebody feel more comfortable in typing on stamp paper only, then also there is no bar. That also will be taken as the same plain paper only, but you feel comfortable in typing on stamp paper, you can do that. There is no problem. But white paper is perfectly okay, good quality paper, and both the side of paper one has to type. Will can be made for personal property. I already told you. Now, will has to be in a writing. Oral will is not permitted. Now, let us take a situation. Who can make oral will? Army, Navy, Air Force. War is going on with China or Pakistan. And that person already got bullet. Now, he feel he will not survive. And he tell other 2 colleagues, provided they survive actually, because normally in war, all persons who are there, what will happen, God knows. But let us assume that he tell 2 other person that my provident fund will go to my wife, my house will go to my mother, gratuity and this will go to like this, and accordingly, and these 2 person make a declaration in brigadier's office, then that become will. Oral will also 7 days where they have to record. But after making a will, oral will, the person survive. Treatment is done in Army hospital and survive. Then oral will have no value. After making oral will, if genuine will is also found, he made a will 6 months back or maybe 1 year back or 2 year back or 5 year back, and that will is found, that will supersede the oral will. So oral will is permitted only in the three places: at the time of war, army, navy, air force. Second, person is working in a ship, and ship is in the middle of a sea and now going to end. And that time the person calls somebody and make some statement and make a will, then also oral will can be done. But again, the ship is not, again, some army or somebody come and he saved and he alive, then oral will be out. So it 2-3 places oral will permitted. Muslim, yes, at a time of death, Muslim can make a oral will. But oral will, Muslim can make only for 1/3 of his property. 2/3 will go as per the Shariat law. Shia separate, Sunni separate. But Khoja, they can make will as per Hindu Succession Act. That option is available with the Khoja community, but not Shia, Suddi or Bori. They have to make their own will. But for example, one person get married, say Muslim boy get married to Hindu girl, or Hindu girl get married to Muslim boy. Then if they get married under the Indian Marriage Act, then they can make will whatever they want. But if marriage is as per the Muslim law, or as per a Hindu law, or as per whatever different law, then those particular law will be applicable. Now, two important thing, will must be kept at a place where it is finally found. That is very important. Because I remember one person came to my office nearly 25 years. He was my regular client, 30 years back. His will was going on. One day night at 10 o'clock he came to my office. He said, Mr. Punmia, today let us finalize the will. I said, यार 10 बजे रात का कल करेगा आराम से और बहुत सारा मेरा blank है. I need your details also. I need but he said, let us fill up with the blank. I will sign it. So a draft he brought. What draft I sent to him, and whatever we made the changes. He has handwritten changes because nobody was there that 10 o'clock in the night, and he has signed everywhere. And me signed full signature, witness this, that, everything was done, and he left will with me only in one cover. Second day morning, when I opened the Times of India, I photograph I've seen. I called his son. He said, yes, daddy was telling me he went to Punmia's office. Night 10, 11 o'clock or 10:30 came to home, had his food, went to sleep. 1 o'clock night, he was not well. We called the doctor, and 2 o'clock he passed away. No, nobody bothered to collect the will from my office. I also not bothered to give them. One way or other, remained with me only. 25 years afterwards, his son came to me. I made his will, and he also left with me only. And then he informed his children that my will is lying with Mr. Vimal Punmia. One day he also passed away, son. Grandchildren came to me. And yes, I said, yeah, yes, आपके पिताजी देखे गया था. I will let me see in locker. So I went to locker. Oh, seen all the will. So I found his will and his father's will also. I given him both the will. The grandchildren said, uncle, we have searched everywhere. We are not able to find the will. So what we have done, we have divided as Hindu Succession Act. And I read that practically he distributed as Hindu Succession Act only, equal to everyone. And there was no dispute. So it should be found. That is very important. आदमी will बनाता है इतना संभाल के रखता है कि मिलता ही नहीं है. Now let us take a situation. I have property in India. I have property in UK. I have property in USA. I also have property in Dubai. Now what I do? If I make a one will for all the properties, there are only two options. I make a one will for all the property, or I make a will separate will for each country. As far as India is concerned, I cannot make more than one will. One will be there for everywhere, whether I have property in Calcutta or Mumbai or Chennai or Rajasthan or Bombay, wherever it is there, really one will. But actually, problem will be if I make a one will for whole property of all over the world. When I apply to the probate in Bombay High Court, when I get the probate, they will take my will. Then if I want to apply in USA, how I will deposit my will there? Will to already Bombay High Court, which I am not going to get back. So there is a number of other complicated procedure. So it is advisable. If properties are substantial, I must make a will, separate will for each country. India property separate will, USA separate, UK separate, Dubai separate. So wherever I have to apply something in that country, I can use that will. And again, I can save substantial amount in various complicated things like estate duty, which is called their inheritance tax, and many other procedures. So accordingly, advisable to make a separate will. But India is concerned, I have to make one will. Whether will can be registered after my death. Normally we say when person go for registration, he himself has to go. Now he is no more. How one can register the will? So in practically in Bombay, what happened? For example, my death take place. Let us assume, and I have not registered the will. My children, my son, my daughter, my wife, my mother, all 4% make one declaration. Party of the, they all four will say party of the first part, second part, third part, fourth part. He say Mr. Vimal Punmya is son of so and so, and husband of so and so, father of so and so, and he made his will of this date. That will is enclosed, and he is not registered. But now we want legal aid want to register, and they go to the registrar's office. Along with the declaration, we attach the will also original, and registrar will register it. Because many times it happens when you apply to the society for transfer after the will, attach the copy of the will, they say it is not probated, so we will not transfer. Or they say it is not registered, so we will not recognize. There is a number of complications they create. So it is a better to register in lifetime. In case it is not registered, then you can register later on also by making a deed of declaration, and not costly affair. It total will be for fees will be 400-500 rupee. Of course, legal charges, advocate may take 10,000 or 5,000, whatever. So, but it is very simple. It can be registered. Many times, lady come to my office when they make you after COVID. Will has become very, very important. COVID time में I must have made number of will every day, because everyone was thinking कि कल वो आंख उसका खुलेगा कि नहीं खुलेगा, God knows what will happen. So many ladies used to come, particularly lady who is not that educated. They will say विमल भाई हमारे को will बनाना है, मेरे पास में gold है, jewelry है. My father has given me when I got married 30, 40, 50 years back. My father, husband has also purchased something. My father-in-law also given me. And whatever little money I have saved here and there, because ladies have a habit of saving. A husband will give me 100 rupees, he will save 5 rupees out of it. A husband give 10,000 rupees, he will save out of these 2,000 rupees. And whenever saving is there, and whenever she converts some, maybe it take place in family or some function is there, she will convert her old jewelry into new jewelry. And whatever savings she has got, she will add to that jewelry. Or she will break one item, make two item, or break two item and make one item. They go on. Every marriage things is going to change only. Husband might have made some bangle, and end of the day you find something else. That is why Manmohan Singh was the finance minister, our ex-prime minister was the finance minister somewhere in 1994. At that time he issued one circular कि gold jewelry found with the lady up to 500 gram, 50 tola, no question can be asked to a woman. Unmarried girl 250 gram, male 100 gram. And whether whatever way it is found. For example, last time she made a list of bangle and necklace, and now bangle and necklace is found, but something else is found. So it is always possibility old gold it is converted to new. No question can be asked up to 500 gram. So when we make a will, I always say if your gold quantity is less than 500, unmarried में 250 or male में 100, then no question can be asked to you. So, but if more than that is there, then you must have a reasonable explanation. And the 500 gram, for example, my peon working in my office, his wife can have 500 gram. Then my wife can have nearly 1,000 gram. A Gwalior Maharaja can have at least 20,000 gram. So looking to the status of a person, you can have more also. But at least 500, 250, 100, no question can be asked. Many times, in COVID time particularly, many my CA friends have come to me and they want to make a will. They say, Vimal bhai, 2 years back we purchased, or 10 years back, or 7 years back, or 6 years back we purchased a flat in Goregaon or Malad or Borivali or Kandivali. I paid total 2 crore rupee. 50 lakh was paid in cash. 101 crore 50 lakh was paid by check. That is of course accounted. What cash I paid is not accounted. And again, for example, Income Tax Department asked some question to my wife and children after my death. What reply they will give? So for that purpose also, I will tell you, as for the new law, department can ask anything in normal course beyond 5 years. If I don't want to reopen your earlier 3 years, he need approval of the Principal Commissioner of Income Tax. Earlier to that 2 years, he need approval of the Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax. Even such cases, he cannot go beyond 6 years if amount involved is more than 50 lakh, then also. First 3 years, second earlier 3 years more than 50 lakh. And when Chief Commissioner also give approval, he seek amount involved is more than 50 lakh. And if somebody have foreign may account, then of course 16 years. So normally to foreign may account, there may be very few politicians or industrialists can have. A normally chartered accountant or a normal businessman or normal employee cannot. India में उसका पूरा नहीं पड़ेगा तो foreign में क्या रखेगा? So basically, so if property purchase 5 years, let me give an example. I had one client called Mr. Murarka. Few years back, of course, when I was working with one leading firm of advocate DM Harris, who is income tax expert in Bombay, I was working with them. At that time, there was search taking place on Mr. Murarka. And Mr. Murarka locker was found 50 lakh jewelry, 50 lakh hard cash. Question was asked to Mr. Murarka, sir, what is source of this? And Murarka sahab said, सब 2 नंबर का है. Department said, very good, you are accepting 2 नंबर का है, टैक्स भर दो, जान छूट जाएगी. He said, टैक्स तो मैं नहीं भरने वाला. बोला, why? He said, I have earned this all jewelry 8 years back. And you can, that time law was there, ITO can travel up to 8 years to reopen the cases. And he obtained a certificate from the bank that Mr. Murarka have not touched the locker in last 8 years. He operated 8 years back, earlier to 8 years. So he was sure if I passed away 9 years back, and after that he did not open the locker. Jewelry was put in a newspaper cutting, and newspaper mein all date was beyond more than 10 years back. Reserve Bank have certified currency was printed 8 years or 10 years back. And normally now the jewelry के लिए fancy boxes are there. Those time what happened, newspaper cutting के उसके अंदर डाल के रख देते थे. So department could not do anything. Department could not prove that jewelry was purchased in last 8 years, and Murarka has given sufficient evidences. So accordingly, 8 years back, nothing was. Murarka finally got the relief, and jewelry was also released by the income tax department. And Murarka was the managing director of Chandeo Sugar Mill. That was a big man, but he planned in a such a way that nothing income tax department could do. So that way, if anything happened 8 years back, or now of course a new law 6 years back, nothing can happen to the person. So main worry, if I declare this in will, what will happen? Nothing will happen. If one has to take a proper precaution of that year. In HUA, in will we make a good planning also. For example, my wife already have a sufficient wealth. My daughter is not having. I want to provide for her. I want to make a for more provision for my grandchildren. Legally, I am not liable to give to my grandchildren. But I want to normally if I don't make a will, my everything will go to my wife, my son, my daughter, and my mother. But for example, I don't want to give to my mother, I don't want to give to my son and daughter, don't want to give to my wife, they already have sufficient wealth. I want to give to my grandchildren, then I must make a will. So that planning also is possible. My son don't have HUF, or my friend don't have a HUF, my uncle's children don't have HUF. So I can provide for them in my will. Everyone will get, these children, say my uncle's son will get 11,000 rupee or 1 lakh rupee. He can start his file of HUF, and he can make the new file where individually the 12 lakh will be free in individual. Same can be free in HUF also. When wealth tax was not there, 30 lakh was free in individual, 30 lakh was available to HUF also. But now the wealth tax is removed in 2015. Gift tax is removed in 1997. Estate duty is removed somewhere in 1982. So only now income tax remained. Expenditure tax was removed somewhere in 1965. So normally earlier days, gift tax, wealth tax, income tax, inheritance, estate duty, expenditure tax, number of tax was there. Now only there is income tax. All other tax is not there now. And of course GST is there, that in lieu of the sale tax and other excise and other thing. So tax have also simplified a lot. So this way you can make a proper planning. You can distribute unequally also. I can give say 99% to my wife and 1% to my son. Or I can do any combination, whatever I want. It is my property. So I can distribute anyway. Similar way, when you make the partition of HUF, that also unequal is possible. But there you need consent of everyone. Everyone is agreeing to their unequal partition. But as far will is concerned, it is my property. I can do whatever I want actually. Now, if nomination is filed, then one form, if I want to make a single nominee of my wife or my son or my daughter, I have to file form number 15A. If I want to make multiple nominee, then I have to file form number 15B. And if I want to file, I file one and I want to change, like will, I can change nomination also every day. And then second form, when I file, I have to pay fees of 5 rupees to the society. Now, 15A, 15B is as per the Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act nomination. So that way, India level pay, each state have a separate law. So the form may change here and there, but facility is always there in each and every state. If, let us assume, my father had one property and he made a will, and we 4 children are there, and he is given to 4 children equally. You all 4 are the co-owner now. We go to the society transfer. Now society says we will recognize only one person. So we 4 brother agree we want to keep name of Mr. A. Now tomorrow it may happen A may sell and go away, not give to other 3 brothers. So advisable to make one co-ownership agreement where A, B, C, D will sign, all the four party. They say father has purchased the property on this date, so and so address. He passed away. As per his will or no will, we four are the legal heir. We 4% have received. We have written to society to transfer in name of Mr. A, because society recognizes only 1% or not 4%. But A will be holding on behalf of A, B, C, D. Whenever any expenditure is to be incurred, all four will contribute. Joint account can be opened. Whenever any revenue will come, four will distribute. Whenever they will sell, all four will get the money. And accordingly, that agreement can be kept on the record in the society. So nobody can play mischief actually. All four will be equal owner, including even one person is there. Many times what happen, after death of a person, when you search for the sale certificate, it is not traceable. So what happen? Now, if you don't have sale certificate, where society will recognize, where they will move the transmission or transfer. So one can apply for the duplicate sale certificate. Duplicate sale certificate. Now many times it also happen. If one of the family member holding original दबा के रखता है, नहीं देगा दूसरे member को, just to harass him. So you search, and end of the day what you do? You obtain a duplicate. So apply to society. Now society may say give indemnity bond. So we have to say tomorrow if anybody claim on the basis of original, then we undertake to indemnify the society or its committee member. Society may say you give two public notice in two newspaper. So that way also we have to do. And accordingly, duplicate will be issued. Now, once duplicate is issued, original have no value. Here I'll give you an example. Once I went to Surat to give lecture on search and seizure. Our institute guy, whenever branch call you, they send you ticket in advance. So they send me ticket from Bombay to Surat and Xerox copy of Surat to Bombay back and say, sir, when you come here, we'll give you the return ticket. So fine, I went to Surat, given a lecture, had a food, and evening my train have come. At the time of train, my two friends have also come with me to drop me at the railway station. I was standing on Surat and suddenly I remember, अरे original ticket तो है नहीं अपने पास तो Xerox है. So I told these friends, मेरा ticket किसके पास है? So everyone was searching, nobody was having the ticket. But ticket was with one person who was not there. So immediately they went to the station master. Xerox I had and they also had Xerox. So obtained a duplicate certificate, duplicate ticket. He got a duplicate ticket. Train was late by 15 minutes. Meantime, that person who was holding original ticket, he also came. And he was in tension because ticket is with him. So he also came running and he said, sir, आपका ticket तो मेरे पास है. मैं बोला मेरे को दे दो. Now what happened? I have original ticket. I have duplicate ticket. I have a Xerox of that. What I have done, original ticket I put in my pocket, remaining मैंने फाड़ के फेंक दिया platform पे. Now after 10 minutes, the train started, TT came, the ticket. तो आई shown him the original with confidence. इसे बोला ये तो कैंसिल हो गया है, इसके सामने डुप्लीकेट हुआ, डुप्लीकेट किधर है? मैंने वो मैंने फाड़ दिया. तो इसे आई विल ट्रीट यू विदाउट टिकट एंड रियली आई हैव टू पे पेनल्टी फॉर दैट. सो if original duplicate certificate is issued by the society and some family member is holding the original one that have no value, let him remain happy, duplicate will be treated as a original. Here actually somebody feel कि father has given flat to me, shop to other brother, jewelry to wife or whatever, but tomorrow he may change the will because he will stay with one brother, he cannot stay with all four brothers. So wherever he is staying, naturally he will have more love for them or more control on that child, have more control on the father. And tomorrow father may change the will and he may give everything to the son. Then what is the solution? And a gift, father don't want to give gift in his lifetime. He said, I will not give the gift because if I am not well, or my mother, first my father is not well, or my mother is not well, or some brother is not well, and father want to help him. So he don't want to part his wealth in the lifetime. At the same time, today he made everything in my favor or fair proposition in fourth brother. Tomorrow he may change also. So what is the solution for that? Gift is out. Will he can always change. It is a matter of rights. So there is a way out. One can make a family settlement deed. Now family settlement deed cannot be changed. Now family settlement deed again 4-5 family member come together. They write all your asset. It is like that, for example, we are 4 brother. तो अपना हिंदी में कहावत है कि बनियान अंडरवेयर भी एक बार कॉमन पूल में रखने का है. देन वी हैव टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट. So my own thing can come to me or somebody else's thing can come to me. My thing can go to somebody else. That way the distribution. So to make short, because you have to keep time for question answer also. So let me give an example only. In Bombay, there was a family called Ghanekar family. And he was staying in a bungalow in Juve area in Bombay. Now Mr. Ghanekar had one wife, Mrs. Ghanekar, his one son and one daughter. This was the whole family. Earlier, everything was peaceful. One daughter got married. She shifted to Kandivali. And Ghanekar purchased one flat for her. So she stayed in that flat with husband and children and whatever. Second, son got married. As usual in every family, when daughter-in-law came, सासू बहू का झगड़ा चालू हो जाता है. So daughter-in-law and mother-in-law started fighting. Fighting went up to some great extent. So son also shifted from the home and he also went to Borivali and taken one flat on a rent and stayed there. Meantime, family members or relative interfere and they come to one family arrangement. कि Mr. Ghanekar he is owner of the bungalow. He also owner of a few FDR, few money, and daughter is already provided one flat in the Kandivali. So he said, Mr. Ghanekar will have right of the ownership of the flat. In his lifetime, he can sell, he can do whatever he wants. After death of a Ghanekar, his wife had a right to stay in the flat, in bungalow. After death of a wife, the bungalow will go to the son, and all FDR and other remaining item will go to the daughter. And flat his father has given to the daughter will remain with daughter only because father of the purchase in name of daughter and father paid for it. That is fine. So this agreement was signed. One day Ghanekar passed away. Before the settlement, nomination was also filed by Mr. Ghanekar in name of his wife. So lady hardly understands. She went to the society office after death of Mr. Ghanekar, shown the copy of the nomination form. Society had transferred the flat in name of the wife. So under the will, it is given to under family settlement given to the son. But under this system, given to the nomination system was the wife, favor of wife. The society was not knowing about the family settlement because that is an internal document between the family members, not binding on outsider. So Mrs. Ghanekar agreed to sell this bungalow to one Vardhan builder for 70-80 crore rupee. Vardhan also paid him 10%. Meantime, son have come to know my mother has already agreed to sell this bungalow to one Vardhan builder. So son has filed case against the mother and against the Vardhan builder. Meantime, Vardhan builder has filed case against the mother for his performance and matter went into litigation. Finally, matter came before Bombay High Court. Bombay High Court said, family settlement, once you agreed, this will go to this will go to this. So it is binding on the 4%. It may not be binding on outside or other person, but at least 4% is a binding. So nomination, mother was holding only simply as a trustee. As per the family settlement, flat has to go to the son, or the bungalow has to go to the son. After death of the mother have right to stay in the property. When mother passed away, property will go to him. Mother cannot sell. Father has right to sell. Mother cannot sell. So end of the day, mother have right to stay only and not to sell purpose. Finally, builder has settled with everyone. He had paid money to the son, money to the daughter. Now the multi-story building will also come up. The builder in Bombay, they are very expert in this mamla. So end of the day, what I say, what is precaution? In case you want to feel that will be changed. Of course, it is his matter of right. But for example, there are many things are involved with the family matter. So when we talk about the family arrangement, family settlement, then one can make a family settlement deed also. Now, family settlement deed mein, same I say, same system, number of parties are there. There may be 20 family member. Family settlement deed mein, it is not that my family means my brother, my sister, my mother, my father. This is not family. If I want to add my uncle's family also can come here. My father's sister's family also can come here. So family is the wide meaning. All those persons who are interested in the family can be part of the family arrangement. In my father's family arrangement, we want to provide something for my uncle's children. Yes, can be possible. My father's sister's children, yes, possible. Everything is possible family arrangement. But they must have some connection with the family. I cannot give, flat to one of my friend and say, "Hamara family arrangement usko de diya." That is not permitted. It should be family. Family can be indirectly distanced near that everything is possible. So family arrangement is there. But here what happen? Many times what happen? Family arrangement will be possible only when family member agree. Now some dispute is there. For let us my father passed away. He not made any will and we all 4 children are fighting with each other. And end of the day, everyone realize litigation is not going to bring good result. Litigation take long time. And lot of money. Even 3,000 years back, somebody predicted. I was reading some book actually, in some author was from China. He said, if you want to lose your asset to the extent of 50%, get married. The moment you get married, 50% wealth आपका चला जाएगा. Even गोवा के अंदर आज भी वही रोल है. दुनिया के बहुत सारे कंट्री में आफ्टर मैरिज, इवन मैरिज सर्वाइव फॉर 1 day, आपका 50% वेल्थ चला गया. If you want to give 75% of your wealth, go to police station. और आपका 70 लिटिगेशन उधर खींचेगा और 75% चला जाएगा. एंड इफ यू वांट टू लूज योर 100% ऑफ द वेल्थ, गो टू ए गुड लॉयर. वो आपका उधर ही खत्म कर देगा पूरा. एंड में पेपर आपके पास रहेगा, पैसा तो गया. सो इन दैट सिस्टम, इफ यू डोंट वांट टू फाइट विद लिटिगेशन, and litigation is not good also, because I'll give you an example. A Supreme Court का one justice is Justice Balakrishnan. I think 10-15 years back he retired. So he came to Mumbai. He came to Mumbai means whenever Supreme Court just retire, Bombay High Court just give them a party. So accordingly, Bombay High Court has given a party to him. He came to Mumbai, and that party was literally at large scale. So all the president of Rotary Club, Lions Club, JC's, Lions, Giants were invited. So at that time I was the president of Lions Club. So I was also invited there. And I still remember his speech, farewell speech, what he given. He said, today I'm retiring from Supreme Court and I'm going with a heavy heart, because when I joined, I thought I will make the smooth judiciary. But today when I'm going, I'm leaving 3 crore 80 lakh cases pending in all the court. Supreme Court, 22 High Court, Small Causes Court, City Civil Court, Income Tax Tribunal, Custom Tribunal, Excise Tribunal, all the courts. And today onwards, if no new case comes, and these cases only are decided, then to dispose of 3.8 crore cases will take 312 years. And if the position is not simple, one case is disposed of, 2 cases are admitted. सलमान खान वाज वेरी लकी पर्सन कि उसका 12 बजे सेशन कोर्ट में बेल रिजेक्ट हो गया, 2 बजे बॉम्बे हाई कोर्ट ने अलाउ भी कर दिया, एंड 2 घंटे में सब कुछ प्रोसेस हो गया, ऑल पेपर्स फाइल, एवरीथिंग ओवर. बट नॉर्मली यू सी थाउजेंड्स ऑफ पर्सन, even bail is granted, but they have no 5,000 or 10,000 with deposit to be made before they are released, and they are still lying in a jail only for 10 years. So you have to see majority part what is going on, not on the Salman Khan or Shahrukh Khan or Imran Khan one person's case. Overall you have to see overall judiciary, actually it is a waste. Lot of time goes, money goes, and justice delayed is justice denied. So of course Modi ji doing lot. हमारा इनकम टैक्स में भी पहले टर्मिनल में मैटर आता था after 7 years, but now today you file the appeal, within 2 days appeal comes, and within 1 month तो डिसीजन ही आ जाता है. So things are improving in certain areas. Income tax after faceless has become, things have become smooth, very very smooth. Corruption disappeared. So things are going on, because we chartered accountant involved more with the income tax, less with the criminal and civil activity. So we know more about the income tax part. And income tax, of course I know there is a lot of improvement, because my main bread and butter is income tax only. So basically things have improved a lot. So that way family settlement is a right solution to avoid litigation. I was on the family settlement other part. One to family settlement, all family member agree, then fine. Let us assume if all members not agree. Then what can happen? We can approach one arbitrator in the family, which will not cost much. Mama, kaka, bhua, anyone who have faith in the family, and everyone respect him. If you go under the arbitration, under the law system, where High Court judge is appointed, then of course big matters say yes. Otherwise, so they charge 1 lakh rupee per hour as a fees. So let us, I'm talking about the low level stage. For example, we are 4 brothers fighting with each other, and we appoint our mama as a, because mama ke liye sab bane jaye, all are equal. My mama will, first he will say, appoint me as an arbitrator. So we take a stamp paper of 500 rupee, write, or we sign all the 4 brothers, 1, 2, 3, 4. We say we have the following asset. We don't want to fight with each other. We want to appoint Mr. So-and-so as our mama, as our arbitrator, and whatever he decides, that is binding on us. So on 500 stamp paper, we'll all will sign and we give him. After that, what will happen? We will have to appoint, first of we have to agree, first of before the appointment of arbitrator, we 4 brothers have to agree on that. Yes, we are the 4 brothers. We don't want to fight with each other. To have the family peace and respect of the family and name of our father and grandfather, we don't want to fight in the court of law. But there is some misunderstanding. So we want to settle through the arbitration. So we all 4 will sign on 500 rupees stamp paper. We agree to a family arrangement. We want to settle through family arrangement. Second 500 rupee, we appoint our arbitrator. Then third arbitrator will give award. If you have first you agreed to settle on this system on this date. Second, you appointed me as arbitrator on this date. Both documents are enclosed, and these are the following movable property. These are the following immovable property, and I give my award like this. A will get this much, B will get this much, C will get this much, D will get this much. And for example, some property already in name of A and allotted to B, A will transfer. Some property in name of D allotted to B, D will transfer to B, and accordingly he will give all necessary directions. Award has come to us. That is also again in 500 rupees stamp paper. After receiving award, we have two options, or four brothers have two options, either to go court of law and fight with each other, or settle. Now we want to settle, then that called family settlement. It again, we make, say, first we agreed to this, we appointed Mr. So-and-so as arbitrator, he has given his award, copy of ABC, all documents are enclosed, and now we are distributing A will get this thing, and to do achieve that, B will transfer to him, D will transfer to him, or A will transfer to others. Whatever procedure to be followed, that procedure will define. Similar way, B will get this, and whatever procedure C and D, that way family settlement mein deed can be, and no costly affair, very simple, no stamp duty, no income tax, no registration, everything very simplified. So friends, we have covered now three topics: will, nomination, and family arrangement. Now comes to the daughter's right in father's property. That is also very, very important. But before daughter's right, let me see anything important I left. Even minor person can also inherit the property under the will, but if under the settler who made a will, he already appointed a guardian for minor, that will be a guardian. If he not appointed, then court will appoint the guardian. And accordingly, minor can also inherit the property. Many times question comes, now before we come to the daughter's right in father's property, let us finish the 2-3 things. Whether tenanted property can be willed. In Bombay, mein, Kalba Devi, Girgaon, Opera House, Kolaba, 50% property buildings are still tenanted buildings. Somebody is a landlord, he given on a tenancy, monthly tenancy. Up to 1998, tenancy mein of money was not to be paid, only 3 months rent was allowed. So all transactions should take under the table. In 1998, new law had come. Earlier it was the Bombay Rent Act, then come Maharashtra Rent Control Act. And Raj Purohit, one minister was there. He said that nobody give free in Bombay anything. Money transferred under the table. So income tax department lose the money. Government of Maharashtra lose stamp duty. So let us make it officially also. Person can take the tenancy, sale of the tenancy, official money. Purchase of property, official money. So income tax get their due, stamp duty get their dues. And accordingly, registration was also made compulsory. Nobody can simply transfer and go away here and there. Registration made compulsory, stamp duty was payable, registration was compulsory, and accordingly things was going on. Now question comes, whether tenanted property can be willed. Person get property in 3 types. First, ownership to will, it is very clear, there is no confusion. Tenanted property, second is leave and license property, and third is the lease property. As far tenancy is concerned, it is a monthly tenancy. Even I may be staying there for last 50 years. But the moment I pay rent of 1 month, second month is renewed. I pay for second month, third month is renewed. So it is known as a monthly tenancy, and monthly tenancy is to an individual person, cannot be willed. But for example, I am staying in one flat, one house, room or flat or bungalow or whatever, and I am a tenant of that, and my children are staying with me, then automatically it is binding on a landlord to transfer in name of a children. I have 3 sons, for example, and one is staying with me, 2 is staying somewhere else. Then landlord will transfer in name of the son who is staying with me, or my wife who is alive at that point of time. Similar way, commercial property tenancy, any child who is doing business with me, it will be transferred in their name, his name or her name. Otherwise, tenancy is not transferable. If will I cannot write that tenancy will go to so-and-so, it will go as per the law who is staying with me. If nobody is staying with me, I am alone. After my death, property will go back to the landlord. But nowadays we found a way. In Bombay, what happened? Every third building is under the redevelopment. And government of Maharashtra has given so many incentives under redevelopment that many times the building which is constructed 30-40 years back, also demolition new building is constructed. Because today person have some area, is 60, 70, 80% he get extra area without paying anything. Plus he get hardship allowance, plus he get rent for 3-4 years. So very lucrative. That is not the subject today, so we will not deal in that. But they are very, very lucrative and many buildings are going on. So now what we write, I am a tenant of building flat number so and so. If my building go under redevelopment and I get ownership flat in lieu of the tenancy, then tenancy will go to Mr. so and so, my children or brother or father or whatever. So that way, indirectly we can cover, but legally speaking, tenancy cannot be willed. Second come leave and license. Now leave and license is maximum for 5 years. Leave and license is a license to stay for a particular person. Let us say I book a room in Taj Mahal Hotel for 3 days. First day itself my death take place. Now remaining 2 days my children cannot claim. If the license is to a particular person, on death of that person it comes to an end and matter has to go back to the landlord. So leave-in license cannot be willed, even if it is for 5 years. After 1 year, my debt take place, remaining 4 years, it cannot go to the legal year. Yeah, landlord allow that different thing. But legally, my children cannot claim leave-in license property for landlord for remaining 4 years. Lease is concerned, yes. Lease is normally for 30 years. More than 5 years is the lease. 12 year, 30 year, 99 year, 999 year. So whatever period is over, remaining period can be willed. As far as will is, because tenancy is covered under Maharashtra Land Control Act. Leave-in license is covered under Easement Act. And lease is covered under Transfer of Property Act. Different right, different duties. And in stamp duty also, Maharashtra Stamp Act also, different clauses deal with different situations. For tenancy, different situation, different rate, leave-in license, different rate, lease, different rate. So, tenancy property cannot be willed, leave-in license cannot be willed, lease, yes, can be willed, but tenancy में indirectly I say redevelopment का clause डाल के indirectly backside entry में you can make a provision in the will. Divorce and marriage play a very important role, because after divorce, normally consent take place, person gets something amount. So after that, one must change the will, because earlier in Parsi community, in case of divorce, will come to an end. But as far as Hindus are concerned, till you change the will, that will not come to an end, and there may be some complication. But of course, normally when divorce take place, that there's a decree, and in they clearly write, I will get following 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 item, except that I have no right in anything. So sometimes that right also will, if you provided something, that right also she lose, and it goes back to the testator, who made a will, back to the settler. But even still, it is advisable. I felt divorce. For example, I am not married today. What is my priority? My father, my brother, my mother. After my marriage, what is priority? My wife, my children. So after marriage and after divorce, one must make a change in a will, and accordingly, whatever suits him, it must make the proper different thing. Whenever you make a will, many person purchase the flat and they have not registered. They have not paid the stamp duty. Particularly, I am talking about Bombay. Now, if they are not registered, what happen? Whether document title clear or not clear. In Bombay, 80% properties are in a cooperative housing society. It may be residential housing society, commercial premises society, plot owner society, different type of societies are there. And there you are owner of a certain share certificate. So that is covered under Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act. And Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act, Section 41 provide registration is optional, not compulsory. If I'm taking a loan, bank insists for registration, I go for registration, fine. I want to register like a will, I said registration is not optional, but if I want to register, I can register it. But unregistered document also has the same value. So in registration department, section 41 of Maharashtra Cooperative Society Act is very clear. In a cooperative society, registration is optional. And optional means what happen? If I want to register, fine. If I want to register, then I have to register within 4 months. 5th month, I have to pay penalty. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th month penalty goes like this. First penalty is the registration fees is 30,000 rupee. Penalty is 75,000 rupee. 2.5 times of that. Second month, 5 times of that. 1,50,000. 7th month, 2,25,000. 8th month, 10 times. 30,000 fees, 3 lakh penalty. After 8 months, it cannot be registered. Up to 2011, it was allowed to be registered. Up to 2011, before 2011. Because that time, by making a deed of confirmation, by attaching original document, you are allowed to register. But after 11th November 2011, no document can be registered after 8 months. You have to make another document only, pay stamp duty as per that rate, get set off of the earlier stamp duty paid, and accordingly you can register. Otherwise, you cannot register any document. Up to 1994, so there was a provision. Any document executed anywhere in India, Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Madras, 4 places, you are allowed to register the document and pay stamp duty as per that state. For example, Rajasthan, where stamp duty was 15%. Some delays taken place in Rajasthan. The person used to come to Bombay, pay 3% here and close the matter. But then 1994 onwards, they have also stopped. So wherever property is situated, registration has to take place at that place only. For example, I'm from Rajasthan, in Falla. If some property deal take place at the Falla, then Falla ka nearest tehsil comes in Bali. So registration will take place at the Bali only. I cannot register in Mumbai, which was allowed before 1994. And if somebody not paid the stamp duty, at least Maharashtra, we after every 2-3 years we get some scheme and one can pay the stamp duty. So without interest, without penalty. Otherwise, penalty in stamp duty is 2% per month, not exceeding 400 times. Let's, for example, I purchased property. Stamp duty payable only 1 lakh rupee. Document in 1980. Let us assume for example. Every month I have to pay 2000 rupee penalty. Now 1980 और अभी क्या चलता है 2025 45 years 45 year means what happen 540 month 540 month at the rate of 2% come to 1080%. Now 1080% will freeze to 400%. 400 से ऊपर नहीं लगेगा तो 1 lakh stamp duty 4 lakh penalty interest and that is all. So when we call interest or penalty one and same thing. Inherited property can be released. For example, my father made a will. One property was there. My father has given the property to 4 children equally. We 3 brothers decided if we don't want that, let us give to our 4th brother. And we want to, because will में तो हमारा नाम है, तो एक बार तो मेरे नाम पे आ गया. Then we want to release in favor of our 4th brother. So if property is inherited, received from the parents, then we release in favor of our legal heir. Then stamp duty in Bombay is only 200 rupee and registration fees is only 100 rupee. Property can be worth 1000 rupee or maybe say crores of rupees. If I have purchased the property with my joint with my brother, then I want to give to him. It is not release. It is a sale. It is a one type of a gift. So I may make a release document, but stamp duty will be at the market rate, half amount, whatever. Property may be worth say 2 crore. 1 crore के ऊपर stamp duty आएगा 4%. So I have to pay 4%. But if property come from my father or mother or grandfather or grandmother or nana or nani or mama or somewhere else, and I want to release that property in favor of my legal heir, that person is legal, like my father's property. My son, brother is also legal heir. I am also legal heir. I am releasing my father's property, which is inherited by me, to my brother. Then 200 rupees stamp duty, 100 rupees registration fees, and document can be executed in whatever way I want. Now, friends, now we will deal with the daughter's right in father's property. Then end I will take reverse mortgage. What is the important? Because many times nowadays, children go abroad. They are working there, doing very well. Sometimes they get married to a foreign girl or hardly bothered about the parents. And parents have no source of income. They become 80-year-old. But at least they have one flat in their name where stamp duty is paid and registered. They can do the reverse mortgage. So that I will take in the end. Before that, we go to the daughter's right. Now, as far as individual party is concerned, we have discussed in detail. Daughter have equal right at par with the son. If daughter is not married, then her children will get, daughter is married, not alive, and death of a father, her children will get the property as the Hindu Succession Act. If children are not, the children are also dead, then grandchildren will get as per class 2. That we discuss in detail. So as far as individual property is concerned, property, my individual property, my daughter have equal right. We are at par with my son. I can inherit in my own property also. I may have earned. I may have inherited from my father. I may have inherited from my grandfather. And as of today, I am the owner. After 1956, whatever property I received from my father or grandfather is my individual property. Before 1956, there was a lot of complication. Whether they go to HUF or individual, that different story. We will not go into that. So whatever I inherited from my father, whatever I inherited from my grandfather, their individual property is my individual property. If I receive something from my father's partition of HUF, that go to my HUF. My grandfather's HUF, that goes to my HUF. But as far as individual property is concerned, that is my individual property. And my daughter have equal right. How I can exclude her? By making a will. So that individual part is very clear. Now we come to the HUF part. Now HUF, what happened? Earlier system was, if daughter get married, she ceased to be part of your family. Daughter-in-law come to your home, she is part of your family. Daughter get married, she cease to be part of your family. You must have seen many times a lady today, for example, even my daughter and my son, if any new gift will come, so my daughter had first right on that. My son, she will not allow my son to take the property, even if he was younger. But after marriage, when she come home, before touching anything, she asked the Bhabhi, may I take milk from this dabba or do this thing or that thing. So मतलब उसको feeling आ जाता है after marriage कि it is not my home now. My home is somewhere else. So that concept was there in Bombay or Bombay everywhere in India. That daughter get married, cease to be part of a family. daughter-in-law comes to your family, she become part of your family. So, in Hindu law में वही चल रहा था, Hindu Succession Act. At the partition of HUF, daughter was not getting any right, but she ceased to be a part of family. HUF से उसका लेना देना नहीं रहता था. पर 9 सितंबर 2005 को बहुत बड़ा अमेंडमेंट हुआ. 9 September 2005, an important amendment have come, and that says daughter born in a family is part of your family. A daughter have equal right at par with the son. If daughter is elder, then she will become karta of HUF and not the son. If she refuses to become because of her own problem of in-laws staying there separately, and she say, I don't want to continue with karta, then only son can become karta. Second person can become karta. If second is your daughter, then it is first her right. A daughter-in-law who come to your family is not part of your HUF. She is a member of the HUF. If son is not maintaining, she can claim maintenance from your HUF. She is not the owner of HUF. She cannot claim partition. But daughter can claim partition of HUF. What is the difference between member and co-partner? Co-partner is the owner. He or she can claim partition. What is my mother? Even at a time of partition, my mother will get the same share, what I am getting from my father's estate, father's property, father's HUF property. But mother is not the co-partner. She is simply a member. She cannot claim partition. If my father is not maintaining her, then she can claim from the HUF maintenance charges. Daughter-in-law can claim only maintenance charges. Till my son is alive, daughter-in-law and grandchildren have no right in that. So very important amendment has taken place in 9 September 2005. Daughter have equal right. Many my client come, they say, अरे यार अभी तो बहन को भी देना पड़ेगा. मैं बोला तेरी बहन को देना पड़ेगा तो तेरी वाइफ से आएगा, तेरी वाइफ लेके आएगी उसके फादर के केस में. एक आदमी मजाक में बोलता है मेरी बहन तो 3 है और वाइफ तो 1 है. तो मैं बोला वो तो भी लॉ में हिसाब से वो है. पर इसका जो 3 इंपॉर्टेंट, बिकॉज टाइम इज शॉर्ट है, तो मैं क्वेश्चन आंसर भी टू टेक. आई विल गिव यू सम एग्जांपल ओनली. Supreme Court has decided one case in 2016. After what happened when law amendment, daughter have right. Many daughters file case against the brother and father के we have our right. इंडिया में तो नॉर्मली बहन भाई के लिए जान भी देती है, बट ऑल एक्सेप्शंस 5 अंगुली एक जैसा नहीं है. So few daughters have filed case. Matter went up to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court में first judgment have come in somewhere in 2016. Prakash and other versus Fulvati and others. 2 जजमेंट का डिविजनल बेंच का ऑर्डर था. And that says कि अगर daughter is alive and father is alive on 9 September 2005, then daughter have right. Both should be alive. If daughter is dead, her right comes to an end. If father is dead, when daughter is alive, then also right come to an end. So question was once settled कि 9 सितंबर में बाप और बेटी दोनों जिंदा होना चाहिए. Thing settled. Then 2018 में contrary judgment आया दूसरा. That judgment was Damanna and Suman versus Amar and others. That judgment से कि भाई right किसके अंदर है? Right is in property. कोई बाप को तो काट के मारने का नहीं है, प्रॉपर्टी बांटने का है. So we have to see whether बाप जिंदा है कि नहीं जिंदा है, बेटी जिंदा है कि नहीं जिंदा है. That is not relevant. What is relevant when the property is there in HUF? If property is there, then daughter have right. If daughter is not there, her children have right. बाप का डेथ हो गया तो भी नो प्रॉब्लम, बेटी का भी डेथ हो गया तो नो प्रॉब्लम, दोनों का डेथ हो गया नो प्रॉब्लम. इफ प्रॉपर्टी है देन देयर इज अ राइट. सो 2 क्वेश्चन अलग अलग आ गया. 16 का जजमेंट बोलता है बाप और बेटी दोनों जिंदा होना चाहिए. 18 जजमेंट से डॉटर एंड फादर ही बोथ आर डेड बट प्रॉपर्टी इज देयर, देन दे सी हैव राइट और चिल्ड्रन हैव राइट. देन व्हाट हैपन व्हेन 2 डिविजनल सुप्रीम कोर्ट 2 बेंचेस डिविजनल बेंच गिव डिफरेंट जजमेंट कॉन्ट्रेरी टू ईच अदर, तो बाद में क्या होता है? 3rd जज 3 जज का बेंच बैठता है. 3 जज का बेंच आया. एक केस आया ऑन 11 अगस्त 2020, आई थिंक कोविड टाइम. वनीता शर्मा वर्सेस राकेश शर्मा. दे से फर्स्ट जजमेंट व्हाट दे से इट इज ए प्रोस्पेक्टिव. सेकंड जजमेंट से इट इज रेट्रोस्पेक्टिव, पहले से भी लगेगा. जिंदा नहीं है, जिंदा है नहीं, फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. फर्स्ट वाला से जिंदा है तो ही चलेगा. ये बोलता है इट इज रेट्रोएक्टिव. रेट्रोएक्टिव मीन्स law was passed on 9 September 2005. President of India have signed on 9 September 2005. Parliament have approved this law and put to the Rajya Sabha, and Rajya Sabha has approved on 20th of December 2004. President signed on 9 September 2005, but Rajya Sabha has approved on 20th December 2004. So they say up to 20th December 2004, if partition had taken place, assets are distributed Intimation is given to income tax department. Money is transferred. All formalities are over. Then doctor cannot challenge that partition. But if 20th December 2004, property is there, partition has not taken place, asset is there, daughter is alive or not alive, father is alive or not alive, not relevant, daughter have right in father's property. Even daughter is elder, she can become karta of the HUF. So now things have settled to a great extent. Now 20th December 2004, whether asset was there or not there, that is very, very important. I hope I'm clear. And इधर मैं खाली इतना ही ऐड करता हूँ, whenever you make the partition of HUF, हमारा महाराष्ट्र के अंदर महाराष्ट्र स्टाम्प एक्ट में प्रोविजन है, 1 शेयर इज फ्री, रिमेनिंग में 2% स्टाम्प ड्यूटी है. लेट अस से HUF है प्रॉपर्टी वर्थ 10 करोड़, 9 crore is given to 1%, is karta of HUF, and remaining 1 crore is given to say 3%, say 50 lakh, 25 lakh, 25 lakh. So 9 crore वाला फ्री होगा. 3 आदमी को जो दिया है 1 करोड़, उस पर 2% में 2 लाख रुपए स्टाम्प ड्यूटी आएगी. ऐसा ही हर स्टेट के अंदर अलग अलग होगा. तो वन हैज टू सी द लोकल एक्ट एंड अकॉर्डिंगली वन कैन कंसीडर पार्टीशन ऑफ HUF, कितना इसका आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. HUF का if immovable property is there, then registration is compulsory. और immovable property नहीं है, then registration is not compulsory. You simply work out, divide the asset and unequal distribution or whatever one can do. Now friends, I think we take question answer or we take reverse mortgage. I think let us take 2 minutes reverse mortgage, then we take a question answer. Reverse mortgage is like this. For example, I have no children. Me and my wife is there. Or we have children, but they are not bothered about us. They are staying outside India. And we have no money also. Or we have little money which is not sufficient for our day-to-day expenditure. Then Government of India came with a scheme few years back, Nationalized Bank mein, reverse mortgage. Now what is to be done? If I have one property where proper stamp duty is paid, it is registered also, whether as per law registration is not required, but it is registered also. The two conditions are very, very important. Then I can go to the bank with my document. He said, this is the document in my name, or me with my wife, joint name, or my wife's name and my name, whatever out of these two. And we want to reverse mortgage with you, which money we will get every month. And we don't want to repay in our lifetime. We are not in a position to pay in our lifetime. Looking to our present age, our future age, again, only I want, or my after my death, my wife get that type of policy, whatever system we want, we explain to them. Then bank will determine how much they can give me every month. Let us assume my property was say 5 crore rupee. They decided to give me 1 lakh per month after seeing everything. And every month, 1 lakh will be credited to my bank account. I have to mortgage the property with the bank, provided stamp duty paid, registration over. After this one, this part is over. Every month, 1 lakh will be credited. After my death, my wife will get 1 lakh rupee. For example, me live 100 years, and for example, amount may be more than my property. The bank will go on debiting interest and money and everything will go on. After my death and after death of my wife, we both are not there. Then they will take one letter from us in advance. They will approach our legal heir, beta, beti, whatever we write in that. They will tell them, your father has mortgaged this property with us in reverse mortgage. We have paid this much, along with interest, this much money due to us. Now, if you pay this much money, we release property in your favor. If you don't pay, we will sell the property. We will recover our money. Something is left over, we will give to you only as per directions of your father. And if there is a shortage of, for example, I have taken a loan, my outstanding is 8 crore and property worth only 4 crore. Balance amount, Government of India paid to the bank. Very good facility. And in case normally property also appreciate. And for example, property worth 10 crore, my loan is only 6 crore, 4 lakh will be given to my children equally. Now, friends, I think we have tried to cover in short time. Now only 5 to 10 minutes are left. So any question, answer, I will reply to that.
Thank you, sir, for such a wonderful session. Now we are moving to take some questions from participants. We selected few questions from participants. So our first question comes from CA Krishnan from Chennai. He asks, sir, does a family arrangement require registration to prove the genuineness of such arrangements?
Yes, sir. Family arrangement if you do the family arrangement as such, start with this is a family settlement deed, and immovable property involved, that require registration. And in that registration, stamp duty is 2%, excluding one share in Maharashtra. Other state you to see every individually. Now, what we do nowadays, we say a family arrangement had taken place yesterday. Orally we are done. Today simply we are recording. So wording will be recording of oral family arrangement taken place yesterday. Yesterday date, whatever we write. So today simply we are recording. Then registration can be avoided. But for this is the binding on all the four family members. Then accordingly for each property we have to make a separate document. Gift or release or whatever depending upon case to case. So this way if you make a recording of oral family arrangement, then registration is not required. But if you make a family settlement deed as such, registration required.
Okay, thank you. Next question from Komal Rao from Pune, sir, who asks, can a family member be both the executor and beneficiary in a will?
Yes, beneficiary and executor can be in my will. It is on the contrary better. If I appoint my wife as a beneficiary and she is also executor, तो उसको ही रीति रिवाज करके उसको ही पैसा लेने का है. So it is only advisable कि beneficiary should be executor.
Now,
But witness cannot be the beneficiary. Witness should be independent person. हाँ, witness को कोई छोटा मोटा पैसा मिला है, he become witness is okay. But for example, you given 100% to the witness, then they're not advisable.
okay, thank you. Next question from Suresh Kumar Gujjar from Hyderabad, sir. He's asking, sir, can a will be executed digitally, say over a mobile video? Will that be legally valid, sir?
मोबाइल वीडियो में कैसे होगा? रिटर्न में होना चाहिए सर.
Hmm.
विल तो राइटिंग में ही होना पड़ेगा आपको. आर्मी, एयरफोर्स, नेवी यस, या एक शिप में आदमी और शिप डूब रहा है और मर रहा है तो दैट इज ओके. अदरवाइज तो मोबाइल में कैसे विल बनेगा? आपको विल तो राइटिंग में करना पड़ेगा, साइन करना पड़ेगा, विटनेस का साइन लेना पड़ेगा, रजिस्टर करने के जाना तो रजिस्टर में जाना पड़ेगा. बहुत ओल्ड आदमी है तो रजिस्ट्रार को घर पे बुलाना पड़ेगा.
Okay. Now we move to our last and final question from Ipan Philip. He asks, sir, what about the will for property held by husband and wife jointly? Then joint will or separate will required, sir?
If you make a separate will, the wife will say after my death my property will go to my son or husband or whatever. Husband will say her half share will go like this. A joint will also make, then the asset will be distributed after death of both the person. So for example, I want to give after my death to myself. Let's assume I got married earlier. I have one property. My one property I will give to my children of the earlier wife. And my wife, her half share she want to give to children of her earlier wife. Let us assume both are married earlier and now we married again. तो उसमें कैसे पॉसिबल होएगा? दोनों का जॉइंट विल हुआ तो दोनों का डेथ होने के बाद डिस्ट्रीब्यूट होगा. सो इफ आई मेक माई विल, इट विल बी डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड बाय माई विश. माई वाइफ विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट एज हर विश. But in case I want to give my 50% to my wife or she want to give to me, so it is always advisable to make a separate will.
Okay. So we got more than 75 questions, but due to short of time or limitation of time, we selected four for question. Now we conclude our session with as we come to the conclusion of this webinar, I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to CA Vishnu Kumar Agarwal, sir, Vice Chairman of Direct Tax Committee ICI, for his inspiring presence and support today. And special word to thanks to our eminent speaker CA Vimal Punya, sir, for his time, deep insight, and valuable guidance on today's topic. And my sincere thanks also to Direct Tax Committee team, the technical and support staff of ICA, and all the more than 1,500 participants for joining this session. Very successful. Thank you everyone for your active participation. Thank you, sir. Thank you once again,
Thank
sir.
you so much, sir.